You're going to lose friends, but it's not the way you think. You may have friends out there that you do everything with, you guys have very similar mindsets, and you feel like you can both achieve greatness together, but then all of a sudden, you two just start getting distant, you two start doing your own separate activities without really sharing them with one another. This has happened to me before, and it's not really something that you can beat yourself up about, and it's not really something to try to bring back, really, because it's not your job to try to fix every single relationship out there that has failed or is failing. And why isn't it your job? Because you're destined for greatness, and it's just going to slow you down, and it's just going to make a hassle out of you for someone that doesn't really even care to text you and apologize and be like, hey, I miss what we had. This is what I've been going through, this is the reason why, and if you could just forgive me, and if we could possibly reunite and bring back what we had, that'd be great. If they don't send you anything like that, then it's not your job to go out of your way and do it, bro. We've all seen that one picture where everyone's together at the beginning of freshman year, and it just slowly declines as you get to the end of senior year. And I never really thought that picture was real because I started off with just a friend group of two, and then sophomore year it was like four people, and then junior year it was like eight, and then by the end of senior year it was around like 10, 12 people. It was massive. I was like, dude, that photo was the complete opposite. End of senior year, everyone gets girlfriends, we all split apart. And that's all it took, really, because no one really went out of the way to apologize. Like, hey, I know I got a girlfriend, I know I've been distant. None of that, bro. And it wasn't our job, really, to. Even I'm guilty of it because I saw that they chose their girlfriends over us. So I was like, that's their decision. It's up to me to focus on bodybuilding. It's up to me to focus on business. And it's up to me to just keep improving. Everyone there, I only picked one friend to share my destiny, my journey with. And it's not really anything I feel bad about because ultimately that's the route they're going, and there's no saving them, because if they really wanted saving, they could just hop on Instagram, Snapchat with me, whatever it is. And that is the same mindset you should have. Okay, when you start realizing your friends are distancing themselves from you, you got to do the same thing. Focus on yourself. For example, if for you you're really into bodybuilding, and all of a sudden everyone in your friend group just starts kind of making fun of your posts, they start, trying to give you advice even though they're in a worse position than you, I wouldn't really listen to them, and I would just keep thugging it out, you know what I'm saying? I would just keep going. For example, bodybuilding. There's really nothing else you could focus on other than bodybuilding, especially something as dedicated, and it requires a lot of focus because you can't be bodybuilding and you can't be going out to parties every weekend. Be saying yes to every single plate of junk food that is offered to you by your friends or family. You just can't. And if bodybuilding is something you really want to pursue and you want advice from someone, and you're like, I must be big, I must look like that guy on TikTok, go to the link in my description. It's my bodybuilding routine. It's only $15. It's everything I learned in 2 years of bodybuilding, and I've made the most progress out of everyone in my friend group. And a lot of people at school really cherish me for it. I don't mean to sound like a fucking savior or anything, like, dude, everyone bowed down to my feet. But it was pretty fucking sick to be recognized by everyone, like, dude, you were skinny, man. Like, literally last year, you were skinny. I don't know what happened. And it was a natural transformation. So if you want to know how I did that and you want to be like me or even better, which you really can be, because I did not know what I was doing for 2 years. Sorry, about half a year. I didn't know what I was doing. And then a year and a half, it was pretty good. Whatever it is that you're pursuing, just go all out, dude. Let's say if you want to involve someone, let's say you want to start a business, and it'd be a lot easier to start it with a friend of yours. That's a little bit of a harder route to go because you kind of try to attach yourself to these friends that are slowly distancing themselves from you. And honestly, the best way to go about it is just make a list out of all their characteristics. What do you want in a partner that they have? And if they, as a person, have more cons that they do to pros, it's not worth it. And I would just probably stick it out solo and talk to people in your niche until you can eventually find someone that matches your description, because you're going to save yourself a lot of trouble in the future. And those are my tips for anyone that's in the similar position as I was. It's a little bit of a tricky, sometimes for sad. It's a tricky situation, sometimes sad for some people, not really for me, because I know that there's things to be done and there's new people to meet and the world is huge, and when you start moving you're gonna meet a lot of people, and it's just don't waste your brain power trying to, waste it on people that aren't meant for you.